We have posted multiple business transactions to different asset master records in the previous lessons, and of course we're referring just to acquisitions. We have had settlements of assets under construction, retirements actually with revenues, without revenues, and even the depreciation, transfers, of course. So all of these examples, they create financial documents, right? That they are relevant just for the financial statements in FI. And what you need to understand is that pretty much for like 90% or even more of those scenarios, the system did not ask just not even anything about a general ledger account. So that means we just executed the process and the system created the documents automatically on our behalf. So what's important for all of this is that, of course, this is not like artificial intelligence or magic. This is done with customizing, with some customizing settings. Of course, we're referring to account determination. So in some examples, maybe the acquisitions, we use some accounts, but most of the things that we posted were just automatically. For example, even when we retired the asset, if you remember, with revenues, because there was still a loss, the account was there and was posted, or actually also the retirement without revenue, then the loss was complete, but the system would never ask for an account in that process for the loss, for example. So again, where all of this is coming from, of course, it's customizing, and we want to show the settings right now. We haven't shown this previously because actually it takes like a bit of a long time to fill all of this, because you need to just have all the accounts and you have to have the account IDs, and then you have to come to this screen that we're about to show and type them manually, which wouldn't add too much to your understanding, and it will just take a long time. But what's definitely important is to show a bit how the process it's happening, and where we have this in our financial accounting customizing settings. So let's open financial accounting. Now let's open asset accounting, and of course, actually we have a complete section for just integration with general ledger accounting. So let's open that one, and here we have just assign GL accounts this transaction. So let's start this one, please. And well, here we have the first setting that it's needed, that we need to specify, like what is the chart of accounts. Now, of course, you need to understand that we only have one, so you would say, oh, why is the system asking for this? We just have to select this one because it's the only one. No, this is just a simple example, maybe, in which we have been dealing with two company codes, maybe just with transfers, and mainly just with one, the one that we customize from zero, from scratch. But in a real world scenario, and even if we are working just for very big corporations, of course, this grows exponentially, the company codes. We have so many, and sometimes, of course, we have different chart of accounts for the different company codes, and then we'll have here a long list. But well, for our scenario, we only have one chart of accounts. So let's select that one, and of course that is required because the chart of account, all the accounts are always linked to like the chart of accounts. So let's select that one, and let's double click account determination. And well, this is also really important. Right now, this sometimes we think, oh, it's the asset class. Not exactly. This is what we call account determination. Actually, when we show a bit of the customizing settings of asset classes, we have that field which is called account determination. So that is the way in which we create the link between this customizing and the asset class. So this is what we call account determination code. And as you can see, well, we have pretty much like a one-to-one to our asset classes. And well, right now we want to just focus on one, which is well, let's say the machinery and equipment. Let's select that one. And then on the left hand side, we have settings for the balance sheet accounts, the depreciation accounts, and just accounts for special reserves. But we will just double click for example, the balance sheet accounts, and the screen will not show just the fields to enter the accounts yet, because, well, let's see, we still need to specify the area that is posting and to to generate your accounts. So we have in this scenario we have the two areas, the one for the local generally accepted accounting principle, and the international one, the IFRS. So right now I want to show, let's say for the 32 for the IFRS. Let's double click on that one. And as you can see now, we have finally that screen in which we can enter the GL accounts that the system would just use for the postings. For example, when we have acquisitions, when we have retirements. For example, the balance sheet for just the posting of acquisition and production costs is this one, 16,002,000, just for machinery and equipment. And of course, for a different asset class, probably we'll have just a different one. That is the most common. But what you can also check here is that we have for other things, for the down payments, of course. Then we have all of these, and then we have for retirement. And as we were saying, if we sell something, an asset, and we sell, and the sell price is higher than the net book value, then we'll have a profit, like a gain from that asset sale. That will be this account. But for example, even in our exercises, we had like a loss. So this was the account posted to, for example. And again, this is very rich, but is only some of the process accounts, right, that we need. Because as now we will run the next step is to show the depreciation accounts, for example. So we just double click here on the left, depreciation, and as you can see, well, we have again to select the areas. Let's now select 32 again. Importantly enough, if you remember from the customizing lesson of the depreciation areas, depreciation area 20 only posts depreciation costs. That is the reason we didn't have that area for the balance sheet accounts, but we have area 20 for the depreciation postings. But right now, well, let's stick with IFRS. Let's double click area 32. And again, well, we have the screen in which we have these fields in which we can enter the values for the accounts that the system should post to when we run the depreciation. So, well, we have just ordinary depreciation, just the accounts. Maybe some of them, these are optional, so maybe if we don't have a need for special depreciation, this can be just empty. But for example, we have the section for the unplanned, so that for those we have the values. And again, the last thing and really important thing just to consider is that we have a full spectrum here, and it's just super flexible, because then the system is just saying, I will help you to post all these documents, just like even like automatically without you manually creating the document and specifying all the accounts, especially the depreciation. If you remember, when we just process the depreciation, it just pretty much with the template we just select some parameters which are obvious and mandatory, like the company code, the period, and the fiscal year, and that's pretty much it. And the system will do everything for us, and especially those the calculations, but especially also the creation of the financial relevant document that holds these postings to these accounts. All of that will be automatically done thanks to this customizing setting, for example. So, well, after we have seen that, that's pretty much it. So let's just close this transaction. And well, that will be it for the lesson as well. But of course, we just want to keep you to invite you to keep learning with all of our trainings. So thank you